The Las Vegas Raiders are quietly building something dangerous, and no one's talking about it. But today, we are. Because what's happening behind the scenes in Vegas might just shock the entire league this season. Before we dive into the latest from Raiders camp, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a major update. Let's get into the new buzz around the silver and black. Let's start with the best news Raiders fans have heard in a while. They finally have a real quarterback. No more guessing games, no more false hope. There's competence and confidence under center now. But that's just the beginning. Behind that quarterback is a new spark in the backfield. Rookie running back Dylan Gentry. The way this guy moves with power and patience reminds you why the NFL is falling in love with the run game all over again. He brings a fresh identity to Vegas, and that's something they've needed. Now, here's where it gets serious. The Raiders didn't just stop at a quarterback or running back. They rebuilt the offensive line like a team that actually plans to win. One name, Rodgers. He's making noise. Coaches are watching, teammates are talking, and fans, they better start paying attention. This rookie's versatility, sliding between guard and tackle, is rare and valuable. During rookie minicamp, Rodgers didn't just show up. He dominated. Whether it was sealing the edge or powering inside lanes, this kid looks like a future starter. No hype, just real production. Look, last season was a mess. The coaching staff didn't have direction. The offense had no identity. Let's be honest, Vegas didn't stand a chance. But this year, it feels different. New leadership, real talent, and a line that's no longer a liability. The Raiders may have been ignored by national media, but they won't be for long. Let's be real. Last season, the Raiders were lost. No quarterback, no direction, and no fire. But that was yesterday. Today, this team has finally put the missing pieces in place, and now it actually feels like Vegas is ready to compete. Forget plugging holes, forget patchwork fixes. Because when you land the two biggest pieces, a real coach and a real quarterback, everything else just clicks. And just like that, look what's happened. In one offseason, the Raiders have gone from scattered to stacked. 5 new difference makers have already emerged, and that doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of smart front office decisions, a coach with a clear vision, and leadership finally pulling in the same direction. Take a moment to think about this. How rare is it for a franchise to completely shift gears in just a few months? Yet that's exactly what's unfolding in Vegas. Now, let's talk defense. Because Max Crosby isn't just playing football anymore, he's playing angry. The kind of angry that fuels dominance. You can feel it in every snap, every play. He's had enough of losing, and now he's the soul of this team, driving it with pure, relentless energy. And speaking of weapons, here comes the wild card, Brock Bowers. Some question the pick, but now it's looking like a masterstroke. You passed on a quarterback in the last draft, yes, but in return, you added a weapon that could redefine this offense. And now, with a quarterback finally in place, Bowers becomes dangerous, very dangerous. For the first time in years, this Raiders team has a real shot, not just to compete, but to win, to make teams nervous, to bring the fight instead of just surviving it. And when you look around the division, suddenly every matchup feels like a showdown. No more skipping Raiders games on the calendar. Now, they matter. Just 1 year ago, the AFC West felt like a one-man show. The Chiefs were cruising, the Broncos were searching, the Chargers were inconsistent, and the Raiders, well, they were still figuring it out. But now, it's a battlefield. The Raiders aren't just showing up, they're showing out. This team is no longer a soft win on someone else's schedule. They're a tough, gritty matchup that's going to make every opponent sweat until the final whistle. Vegas is done playing backup in its own division, and the timing, perfect. Let's break it down. The Raiders' schedule tells a story, a real one, and it starts fast. Week 1, at New England. It's hostile territory, first game of the year. But if the Raiders want to send a message, this is it. Take that one, and it flips the tone of the entire season. Week 2, home against the Chargers. Division games are never soft, but this one will be electric. At Allegiant, packed house, statement time. Week 3, back on the road to face the Bears. That's one Vegas has to circle and take. Because here's the deal. These first 3 games aren't just games. They're a launch pad. Come out 3-0 or even 2-1, and suddenly the Raiders look like real contenders. Not in December, not next year. Now, after the bye, it gets tougher, but manageable. It's all about momentum. Set the tone early, and this team could roll right through the middle of the season with serious confidence. Vegas fans, you've waited for a real team, and this year, the Raiders finally look ready to deliver one. Let's say the Raiders start the season 1-2. Panic, not even close. Because after that, win, win, win. That puts Las Vegas at 4-2, heading into one of the toughest challenges of the year. A road game at Kansas City. No team circles that game lightly. But if you handle business in those three before it, you're not walking into Arrowhead as an underdog. You're walking in with momentum. And that's everything. These first 7 weeks are the heartbeat of the Raiders' season. They'll either come out of it in striking distance or in scramble mode. A E.G. Toll-Hadig start. That's the kind of hole you don't climb out of. But 4-3 or better? Suddenly, Vegas is alive in the playoff picture. And that's what this fan base deserves. Meaningful football in November and December. No more 1-9 heartbreak seasons. No more being mathematically eliminated before Halloween. Raiders fans want real stakes late in the year. And this roster is built to give them exactly that. Let's talk about the second half of the season. Jacksonville, winnable. Denver, always a war, but winnable. Dallas, Cleveland, Houston, the Jets. None of them are unbeatable. These are games you circle with confidence. Sure, divisional games will always be brutal, but outside of that, this schedule is full of chances. Chances to stack wins, build confidence, and finally flip the narrative. Oh, and don't forget about Caleb Rodgers, the third-round gem who's looking more and more like a starting caliber anchor. Pair him with this young core, and you've got something special brewing in Vegas. The Raiders don't need a miracle. They just need to believe and execute. This could be the turning point.